What's up, Curfew Boys fans? Welcome to a live post-game episode. We are now live on YouTube and X. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you hear, you can follow us on any podcast platform such as such as Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts, any podcast platform you guys like to listen to. If you want to see our beautiful faces like tonight, you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We're always going to be live on our episodes. Also, you can follow us on X. You'll see our beautiful faces there. And for more content, please follow us on TikTok and Instagram. I would like to say Facebook, but we're rarely on that, so who cares about that platform? But everything else, we're there. Ladies and gentlemen, guys, give us an honest rating. We want to hear what you think of us. That's the only way it'll make things better. Welcome to another episode of the Curfew Boys. Your host tonight, Anxious Anthony, with Fireman Sam in the house. The rest of the boys are probably sleeping right now.
Yeah.
I guess we can add another year to the losing streak in Minnesota, 14 years and counting. I actually thought we had it today. I really thought we had it today.
I was convinced.
Years.
I was convinced. I love the way they played tonight. It wasn't perfect, but it was still a highly competitive game. The boys they showed character tonight, I found.
They really did. But before we get into tonight's game, I want to get into thanking our sponsors for tonight's episode. So sorry about that, Sam. We'll get into the details of tonight's game. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank our oh my God, I am tired, guys. It was a 7:30 game. Sorry to all the listeners out there. I am very mush. But I'll get there. I'll wake up. Okay, so guys, I would like to thank our sponsors. We got Mike's Barbecue Rubs. He's a Canadian company based out of Montreal, Quebec that sells barbecue rubs, sauces, and kettle-cooked chips. All of their products are proudly made and packaged here in Canada. They could be used on all types of meat, vegetables, and even fish. Their chips are kettle-cooked here in Canada, and they're the only company who is using their own barbecue rub as seasoning for their chips. Guys, an amazing product. I use it all the time. Guys, give it a chance. You can follow them on social media pages such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. All of their products are available to purchase on their websites at www.mikesbarbecuerub.com, and they also ship all across Canada. All their information will be on our page on Instagram. So if you follow us on Instagram, you'll see all their information on our page, especially under the episode post. And also, Sam, don't forget to rub your meat.
Especially in Super Bowl season that's coming up.
We'll get there in a second. Our next sponsor, we got Le Délice Lafreniere. Guys, some of the best pastries here in Montreal, cakes, cannolis, and we're 1 month away from their specialty, Zeppelis.
They're actually out there now. The Zeppelis are for sale.
I gotta wait till March. That's the time.
Famous
they have
holiday.
6 locations, including Rosemere, Brossard, Saint Jolie, Montreal West, Pointe Claire, and our hometown, of course, Saint Leo. Visit lesdelicelafreniere.com. They are simply delicious. Again, their information will be on our post on Instagram. Give them a follow. Go try their stuff. It's simply amazing. And last but not least, we got our sponsor, Sunil Habs Cave. He was actually at the game tonight. You might have seen him on TV. He was sitting behind the bench. Guys, a man's cave dream for Habs fans all around the world. Follow Habs Cave on Instagram for the best Habs memorabilia content. This guy has anything and everything you can think of, including Toronto Maple Leafs and Boston Bruins toilet paper in his washroom. Guys, he's also an amazing guy. Give him a follow. Reach out to him. Great guy to speak to. You mentioned Super Bowl. No. You mentioned Super Bowl. We'll get to the Habs soon. We'll get to the Habs soon.
All right.
Guys, Super Bowl
it's a late night. Not everybody could stay up listening to Super Bowl talk. Huh?
Trust me. I'm here tonight. My boys are in the Super Bowl. Pats Nation.
Oh, God. Okay.
Sunday night, we are back in the fucking big stage, on the big stage. Look, I'll be honest. I'm an honest fan. I'm an honest NFL fan. I'll be straight. Did not expect this at all. If you would have told me in September, hey, the Patriots are going to be in the Super Bowl this year, I would have laughed in your face. I didn't even expect them to make playoffs. At most, a wild card team. Never expected 14 wins. Never expect them to win every playoff game. And now going to the Super Bowl. Still don't expect them to win it. but I'm still proud that they got it this far. It's gonna be a big game on Sunday. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a really big game. I'm really, 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 really
It's
excited.
gonna be interesting to
I'm
see
excited.
for sure.
All right, let's get to the
Yeah,
real
let's go.
thing.
Fly.
Habs
Oh my
lose to the
god.
Wild in overtime 4-3. 14 years. The last time the Montreal Canadiens beat the Wild in the Minnesota was in 2011 when PK Subban scored a hat trick.
March
Wow,
20th.
2011.
March 20th. Do you remember who the goalie was for Minnesota?
No,
Oh my god.
no. They said it
Who
before. I wasn't paying attention. Go for it. Say it.
Jose Theodore.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my God,
Jose
he did make.
Theodore was the
Yes.
goaltender for the Minnesota Wild the last time the Canadiens won in Minnesota. PK Subban hat trick. Exactly that. I thought that streak was going to end tonight. I
Yeah.
really, really, really did. The boys played well. We got some comments coming in already, but the boys did play well. We'll take the point. Absolutely. We've earned that point.
Yes.
I think, you know, I wonder if a call or two could have gone our way. You know what? You could talk about the Demidov stick that got broken after he made like that fancy deke. You could ask about Nick Suzuki that got tripped, I guess you could say, at the blue line during the penalty kill in overtime. Oliver Kapanen did a same play like that ish, kinda, and he got 2 minutes. So you could say Eriksson X stayed at the line and Suzuki skated into him. Whatever, fine. Philip Danault, it was a hooking call. I say it's a hooking call because had that been us, had that been like a Demidov or a Hutson rushing the net and the opponent's stick is at the waist, I would have been screaming at the TV for a hooking call. So, look, at the end of the day, they still got the point. Buffalo won, but with the Canadiens getting at least a point, I think it still puts them above the standings. Boston didn't play, though they lost in overtime yesterday, the outdoor game against the Tampa Bay Lightning, which was quite entertaining. But anyways, all that to say is, yeah, we got comments in. I'll take the 1 point. Two would have been better since the Sabres won. Yeah, for sure.
You know what
Getting up.
frustrates me, Sam?
Yeah.
Before we get to the next comment,
Yeah.
finally, we are doing great. We are top of the standings, but out of all years when the schedule is so tight and so close, why?
Mhm.
Why is it us? Like last season, if we were at this position last season, we'd be far from 8th place, and now it's like we're, I think that the last place team in the conference has 50 points. Okay, still far, big spread there, but the 8th place team is at 65. We're at
Mhm.
71, I believe, or 72 after tonight, but it's just so frustrating to know like we're finally in a good spot, but yet still tight. Like we're still
It's
potentially
tight.
fighting for that 8th spot. Why
The
can't we have
Atlantic.
that free that
Well,
space?
because dude, the Sabres and the Bruins and Detroit suddenly
Woke up.
they just emerged. The Buffalo out of nowhere. Nobody expected this. I didn't. I highly doubt any of us here expected Buffalo to go on that tear. Boston, we all thought they were done. They did a bit of a retooling. They found new life. And Detroit, look, man, all they were missing was a goalie. And Steve Eisenman goes and get John Gibson out of Anaheim, who was still a great goalie. And look what's going on. You know what I mean? So it's tight teams. And don't forget, we're seeing Florida, who it kind of shows without Barkov and without Kachuk for a while, without Sen Jones, the injuries caught up to them. Toronto is it's you know what? Let's be honest here. I personally didn't think they'd be playing like shit this season. Chris called it ever since they lost Marner. He predicted that they'd be at the bottom of the pile practically.
Well,
It's
a lot
just
of people thought that,
it's a tight
proof.
division. It's still a strong division.
No, 100% proof that Marner wasn't the problem. A lot of people thought he was the problem. I still think it's potentially Matthews, but look, I'm really happy to see Toronto at the bottom.
No,
Uh,
I do too,
but still, I
1,000%.
didn't expect. I'll be honest, I didn't expect this either. I actually thought it was going to be the other way around. I thought, like everybody else, with Marner gone, less stress for certain top players on that team. So I don't. I just thought they were gonna outperform this year, but I was wrong, and I'm happy about it.
Oh, I'm totally happy that we're wrong about Toronto. But look, this is the level of improvement we're seeing the Canadians. Look, let's be honest here too. This Minnesota team, last time we faced them, they had no Eriksson Ek and they had no Brock Faber. Both those are two big names for this team. They were here tonight, and the Canadians did not look outplayed.
No,
It was a good back and forth game. You could still kind of tell that the size of Minnesota probably got to our players a little bit here and there, but on the overall, we didn't lose track. We didn't go off course. We stuck with them. One big name we got to mention again, Jakub Dobes. I got to praise him for staying focused, for staying calm after letting in the first shot. The first shot of the game by Minnesota, he lets it in. It's probably a goal that he wants back for sure. You take away that goal, you have a different game. But the other goals, I can't blame him. They're good shots coming from good players. You can't blame him. He was in
no,
the
there's no
pocket.
goalie to blame tonight. There's zero goaltending to blame. Like you said, we played a very tough team. We stood on top the whole game, went to overtime, and had a penalty kill. I mean, that goes either way, right?
Yeah.
I really don't blame anybody for tonight's game. I think we played with character tonight. Um, there was no catch up hockey, like I've always been saying.
hmm
That goal to tie at the end of the second and the goal to start the third, to me, is a momentum builder, and I love seeing that with the boys. It was
Yeah.
really nice to see Doc score that goal.
Yeah.
Um,
Fuck. Well, again, it's just proof. Throw the puck on the net. Go to the net. It was very simple. And there was another play in the third. He had the puck in the slot. I don't know why he went on the backhand. I like at quick glance, I truly believed and felt if he had a forehand shot, he probably could have gone top glove on Gustafson. It is what it is. Fine, like he still was in the right place, doing the right thing, getting a shot on net and getting a scoring chance. No, I like Doc's game. I think he looked even better tonight on that
yeah,
top line. It's as he gets the reps, he gets these good plays going. He gets the confidence, and it goes to show. Take him out of the center position. He looks so much more comfortable out there. He's looking great out there. There's no pressure on him to be a 200-foot player, but he's still physically engaged. He's still going in the corners. He's protecting the puck more often than not. He looked good. I really liked his game tonight.
not only that, you know what? Okay, look. Again, I said before they played a very good game. Not going to blame the goalie, but there's something I want to point fingers at, and I've been saying it. Remember the first episode, to win this year, to make it to the playoffs, to have a good team, no catch up hockey, like I said,
hmm
character game, and also power plays.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to sound like a spoiled Habs fan. Okay, if you look, I don't know if you saw on. I don't know where you watched it. I watched it on Prime. They showed the stats of
I watched it too.
year
Yeah.
after year,
hmm
the percentage of our penalty, where we are in the standings, and we're in seventh right now, which is really good compared to the last
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah, it
But
is.
still, I was even shocked to see seventh because
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
don't
feel
think
like it.
it doesn't feel like it,
It's
and
so
that's
true.
where we
It's so true.
capitalize because we have the team, we have the
hmm
players. We're freaking hot on 3-on-3 hockey, so we have the players to play power plays. We need to capitalize on that. Not scoring a
Yeah.
power play goal, at least one in a game,
Yeah, it
it's a
hurts.
disadvantage. It changes the whole game. Tonight, yes, 3-3 going to overtime, but add one goal on one of those power plays we got tonight, it's a whole different ball game. Our
Yeah,
penalty our
I
penalty
agree.
kill is hot. Okay, not
besides,
minus the overtime
besides
goal, but
the penalty
the
kill
four
was
on
very
three
good
is
tonight. Yeah, exactly up until the
overall our
overtime.
penalty kill is
Yeah.
great. this season,
Yeah,
and I'm happy to see that. We need to step it up power play. I don't know what it is. We started great. On paper, we are amazing in the power play. Yes, the standings show that we're seventh overall, which again, I don't see it. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. We need to be better because a power play goal can change the whole momentum of the game, especially come close to playoffs and in the playoffs. We need to
yeah,
fix that. I don't know what we need to do. Again, I'm sounding like a spoiled Habs fan because here we are, better than the last 4 seasons, top 10 in the league, and yet I'm still complaining. But again, this is what changes the whole game. You
yeah.
know,
But I think you gotta consider that they're still the youngest team in the league. They're still trying to figure it out, and despite all of that, I agree with you. There's games where you think, my God, this power play, like who's going to stop them? And then there's games where they just can't get anything going, let alone any magic passing plays going on. So, and that was the case tonight. They only had one power play tonight, and so again, there's maybe a player or two where you would think the refs would call it. To me, that Ivan Demidov broken stick.
what's happening with
How is
broken
that not?
sticks? Is
How is
it
that
me
not
or
called?
this season? But is it
No,
me or is it this
Demidov.
season?
Yeah. It's there's an epidemic of broken sticks in the NHL this year. Listen, as far as the Montreal Canadiens are concerned, Ivan Demidov, if he's with Bauer or CCM or wherever the heck he is, like he's costing them a lot of money because every game he's got at least one broken stick. I don't even know what he does with with his practice sticks, but every game Demidov has at least one broken stick. This time around, clearly wasn't his fault. Like it's never the player's fault, but sometimes these guys, these kids, they're so strong for the flex of these sticks. But this one, he dekes the crap out of the player, gets slashed, no call. I don't know. I don't know how that wasn't called. At like to me tonight,
This
I
call.
want to I want to believe that if they had another power play, maybe they do, maybe they don't. We never will. We're gonna have to you know shake it off and move on to the next game. But I totally agree with you. Yeah, they for them to be considered, they're already considered somewhat of a dangerous team. They're an exciting team, and oppositions know you can't let your foot off the gas because this team's going to make you pay. This young Montreal Canadiens team is going to make you pay. But
Speaking of
of
that,
course, you want a power play goal. They got a big one from Juraj Slafkovsky last game against Buffalo. 1,000% it plays a
see that
factor.
that changed the whole momentum of that game. We were down 2-1, and going into the third, and you get that power play goal, it changes the whole momentum of the game. But we're 18 minutes into this episode,
Hmm.
and I am shocked that we haven't brought up this moment of the game.
Oh, there's still a
Brendan
couple
Gallagher
moments.
with a beautiful,
Well,
beautiful, I'm gonna say it one more time.
yeah.
Beautiful goal. Where's Joey? Where's Joey in this episode? Where's Joey?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned it because I wanted to carry on to my next point. Tonight's game, I think the key factors were this usually always goes against us, but those last minute goals at an end of a period, they've hurt us a lot in the past. It's good to see that this time around, listen, we'll take the point, but a good sole reason why we get to leave Minnesota at least at one point. Look at that Brendan Gallagher goal with what it was 50. I have it over here. It was like 50
No,
something
Demidov
seconds.
scored the second. A few
No, no, hold
seconds.
on a sec. No, but Brendan Gallagher with the with 52 seconds remaining in the first period, beautiful goal, absolutely great solo effort. He missed early on in the period. He actually missed somewhat of an open net where the puck bounced to him. He was behind the net and he tried to not wrap around, but he tried to backhand, but he backhanded a little bit too early. Had he crossed the goal line, he would have had a little bit more of an opening. He would have scored that. If you all remember that play in the first period where Gallagher missed a backhand play coming from around the behind the back of the net, he almost scored that. So I was super happy that he was able to, I guess, sort of redeem himself. And you called it beautiful, beautiful goal. That
I just
Demidov goal.
realized all three goals were at the end or beginning of the period.
Well,
Holy
like
shit.
that Demidov goal, him too, with I think 15 seconds remaining.
Look,
Yeah,
beautiful
it was
shot from Demi, but we have to give credit to wow. can't forget
Yeah,
Hughes.
Hughes
Gotta
2.0.
oh Hughes. We got to give credit to Hutson. That the
Oh my
vision
god,
of this player,
1,000%.
way he entered the zone today, and I know it's always the same way he enters it, but that break for that extra
Yeah,
step and the vision to pass it to Demidov for that beautiful shot. I'm sorry, this guy is just. It's beautiful to watch this guy play. It's
and he's
it's it's
only tw-
art. It's
and he's
fucking art.
only 21. He's what, 21, 22 years
And
old.
look, we said,
He's so young.
it was last year's freshman year, like in the freshman, like hot season, first season, and this year he's dropping. He's just getting better. He's
No,
just
there's no
getting
sophomore. The
getting.
freshman. You put the words freshman and sophomore
Yeah,
together.
sorry, I'm
Freshman.
tired. Sophomore year,
No,
whatever.
he's definitely not having the sophomore slump. That's for sure. Top 3 in the league, most points amongst defensemen. I'm sure he still is as of tonight. Yeah, he's basically Quinn Hughes 2.0.
Question
Yeah,
for you
those
though.
2 last minutes goals, absolutely. Hutson and Hughes are something. 1,000%. They put on a show tonight. They really did. I really think it was a game of anything you can do, I can do better. I think Lane Hutson has an extra chip on his shoulder, sending a message to Bill Guerin out there. He was in Bill Guerin's building. Lane Hutson,
So yeah,
message delivered, message received, probably.
speaking of that, and before we get into this question I have for you, I'd like to once
Mhm.
again, if you're just tuning into this episode, please give our sponsors a follow. We'd like to thank Délice Lafrenière, Habs Cave, and Mike's Barbecue Rubs. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. All their information is on our post on our Instagram page. Please give them a follow. Sammy,
Yes,
question for you.
I'm ready.
And I'm not sure if you spoke about. I haven't been on the episode the last 2 or 3, so excuse me if I asked the same question that was mentioned, or maybe it wasn't. With the break coming up, so we have one game left, and then
Yep.
it's 2 weeks off.
Mm-hmm.
With the season we've been having and
Yep.
how hot this team is,
Yep.
Dobes, Hutson,
Mm-hmm.
all these
Mm-hmm.
players winning these games, all these points. This break can go either way. Okay, this break can either go nice relaxation for the boys. They heal for anybody who's injured or bruised up or banged up, and they come back even stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Or the momentum drops, and the second half of the season just completely collapses. It can go either way, especially for a young team. I want to ask you, and to anybody who's listening to this episode, please comment. I want to hear your thoughts. Which way do you think? And put your biasness aside. Don't say, oh, they're gonna be amazing. Be honest. Like, what do you think with a team like we have, the young team? Do you think this break ruins this momentum or builds the momentum?
I mean,
Hard to say and
look,
predict, but
it's tough. It is tough to say, but
I like
I
that
mean,
tough.
if yeah, Hudson's gonna find a rink somewhere during the break. Well, okay. All jokes aside, I expect Lane Hutson to, if he's gonna take a break for at least a week, I mean, he deserves it. They all deserve it. I expect Lane Hutson to be back at Complex CN and Brossard after that. I expect him and Demidov, like the way we saw them train and practice on the ice during the offseason, I'm expecting the same thing from at least those two guys. Angie Mancini brings up a great point. It'll help those that are resting and those going to the Olympics. So guys like Suzuki, Kapanen, Slav, and Texier, they're going to go there with some motivation. Everybody's going to learn something from that experience. They're going to be excited to come back, share it with their teammates, and probably now really start fighting for what's most important to them outside of winning a gold medal is to make the playoffs and hopefully win a Stanley Cup. I think what this team learned last year after the Four Nations break, coming back from that and grinding it out to make the playoffs, I think they're going to take that experience and bring it to the next stage of this rebuild where this team is in terms of their development, either individually as a player or collectively as the team. So I'm obviously hoping the momentum doesn't break. Is it possible it goes the other way, in the negative way? 1,000%. Everybody's going to be in the same boat. I think guys are, like you said, guys that are banged up are going to heal. Is Patrick Laine going to be ready to go
Is
when all
Newhook
this is
ready to
done?
go?
New Hook is skating. I mean, unfortunately, I think him more than anybody, he's going to need a few more practices with the team. Whereas Patrick Laine has been practicing with the team, although how he hasn't gotten the green light yet is, I'm a little suspicious about that. But it's not. I don't know much enough to comment on it, but what puts this team a little bit more at an advantage is they don't have to go balls to the wall this time to make the playoffs or to clinch that final spot like they did last year. At the same token, or having said that, don't get too comfortable because anything could change. Even though you're in third spot in the Atlantic, so far tied with Detroit, but I think Detroit is winning against Colorado. They're still up 1-0. There are 17 minutes left in the third period, so anything could change. All that to say is this team cannot get comfortable wherever they're at once we pick up from where we left off. They gotta, if anything, they gotta step it up a notch a little bit, just a little bit. I think they can. They know it. Management knows it too. The coaching staff obviously knows it. So there's still question marks regarding what's going to change when we come back from that. Because
Well,
don't forget, when injuries come back, when everybody's healthy and ready to go, we're going to be two guys above the maximum number of roster players that we could have.
yeah.
And if you look at the trend again, look, Sammy Blais keeps becoming a healthy scratch. Joe Veleno comes in because Texier is hurt. You get what I'm saying? So there's still changes coming to this team. There's going to be at least two faces that we're going to either say goodbye or we'll see them in Laval. But that remains to be seen.
Yeah. So again, of course, I'm hoping it leans the positive way.
Mm-hmm.
But based on what we've witnessed last season and based on the character of these players, I actually think we will come back stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because we did last year. Look at the trend we had after the Four Nations break. We were on roll. The Four Nations break is what pushed us to get to the playoffs. That
Yeah.
winning streak that we had after the Four Nations break, we were the best team in the NHL after the Nations break. That whole month of February or
Yep.
whatever,
No, we were.
December
Yep.
15th to whatever, we were the top team of the league. And that's what pushed us to playoffs. Now, was that momentum was because they were pushing for playoffs? And now you brought up a very good point, Sam, that now they might come back too comfortable compared to last season where they had no choice but to come out strong. That will tell based on, experience and how pumped up these guys are. And if anybody goes to the gold medal game like Suzuki or whoever,
That's a good assumption.
but no, I based on the character of this team, the youth of this team, the bond of this team, and last year's experience, it could look good. And now you're giving Dobes a nice break. After giving four straight, which I'm so happy to see. Finally, Hughes is listening to us. Marty's listening to us. Played a hot goalie. And we won three in a row and lost. Wait. Three in a row, right? I think.
Well, he won. He beat Vegas. He beat Colorado. He beat and he beat my God, Buffalo,
The Sabres,
Yeah,
Avalanche, and the Golden Knights. So three in a row.
yeah,
And today
and
we
he
got a
lost.
point.
So in the last 4 games, he's obviously 3-0 and 1.
Yeah.
I have a question for you now, Ant, and because you haven't, you've missed the last few. Like I'm curious to hear your take on I guess the subject of the season, and it's going to continue until until something happens. Anyways, Obviously, I'm talking about the goaltenders and the whole Dobes versus Monty debate and blah 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 blah. I kept asking and wondering if Marty should still give Sam Montembeault the start Wednesday night against the Winnipeg Jets, a bit of a weaker team. Maybe it's a game where you give Monty the start just to regain some kind of confidence before the break. I'm starting to retract my statement or even retract my question. Just the way Jakub Dobes played tonight, I got worried that first goal he gave up on the very first shot of the game for Minnesota, I was worried that it was going to ruin his confidence for the game at least. I was proven wrong. Again, calm, collected, poised, made big saves during very, very key moments throughout the game. I still think he's the hot goalie, Ant. I'm going to say this now. I'm going to change my mind. I think you give Dobes the start against Winnipeg. You might have a better chance of getting 2 points with him against Winnipeg than with Sam Montembeault, just based off what we're seeing, what the eye test is telling us. So my question to you, Anthony, is do you agree with me? Do you keep Dobes or do you give Sam Montembeault a try before the break?
So this is a tough question, and reason why it's tough. I mean, the real answer, you put Dobes. You put the hot goalie, and I think you're right, Sam. He's still the hot goalie. Tonight's game, if we would have lost 3-4 nothing or whatever and it was a bad loss, then you say, okay, you know what, Dobes is tired. You put Monty, switch it up a little bit. But the way he played tonight, keeping us in the game all game and bringing us to OT to get that point, yes, it was a team win, but Dobes, a lot of key saves to keep us in the game. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because the game would have been a whole different. Like the only bad mistake he had was the first 58 seconds of the or 38 seconds of the game. After that, calm, collective, kept us in the game, give us that point. Okay. So to answer your question, with that scenario, yes, you put the hot goalie. But what is the vision of this team now? What do they want to do with Monty? Because you put Dobes next game.
That's a fucking good question. That's a real good question.
You put Monty next. You put Dobes next game. Right away, the answer is Dobes is your number one goalie. What are you doing with Monty? Are you sending him down or are you trading him? Because this guy's not staying in the lineup if he's not playing Wednesday. Because this is a confidence hit to Monty if he doesn't play on Wednesday. I think you're just telling the guy you're not worth it for us. We don't need you. We don't want you. That is the message you're sending out to Monty. Because
I don't know about that, but keep going. No, keep
going. But think about it, right? You're played a hot goalie. We want 2 points to win. We want 2 points to stay up in the standings. Monty, you're not good enough. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, when's the last time saw your backup?
But I think he knows that.
4 straight. 5 straight.
But I think I want to give Monty the benefit of the doubt that he's a good teammate enough to know that, and to probably encourage the kid too. I'm not doubting think that's that. What it is. I think that's what it is. But that question, what do we do with Monty, is going to be, we'll see how that final stretch of the season pans out for him. Because one way or another, I still think management is going with Jacob Fowler next year. I personally believe that. At the rate that it's going, yes. At the rate that it's going, the way they brought in Marco Marciano as he's the interim goalie coach. There's a very good chance he's going to be the official goalie coach next season. They want Jacob Fowler to learn off of this coach.
Okay, think
management's going to have to decide eventually. This is not bollocks. This is the truth. Is it Monty that's going to back up Fowler or split duties with Fowler, or is it going to be Jakub Dobes? It's coming down to one or the other eventually.
But think about it, Sam. We're gonna go if he plays on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
You're going 5 in a row with Dobes. 2-week break. Who do you start after 2 weeks? Monty.
Okay.
You
Well,
know,
here, let's go to the
like
okay, no, it's a
that's
good question.
to me
Let's go to
that's
the
what
schedule.
to me
Let's go
that's
to the
what's going
schedule.
through my head now. Like I think Wednesday's game is a
Mm-hmm.
statement. The decision will be a statement to the future of this goalie situation.
Okay, so the very first game they play when they come back is Thursday, February 26th at home against the New York Islanders, and then Saturday against the Washington Capitals. I can literally see both Monty and Dobes playing one or the other. Who's going to be playing against who? That I don't know. And then, boom, February is over. Straight into March.
10 days before
First
the
week of
fucking deadline.
yeah,
They come back 12 days before the
that's
deadline.
that's gonna be well, dude. There's a trade freeze during the Olympics, but you know that GMs are going to be conducting trades and
100%.
planning their stuff out right away. They go into California the first week of March, so Thursday. So those beautiful late night games that we all love, San Jose Tuesday the 3rd, and then there's back to backs against the Ducks and the Kings. So they're going to be splitting those duties as well. And then the second week of March, there's a back-to-back games, Toronto, Ottawa. So they're splitting duties. And then that same weekend, the 14th and the 15th, Saturday, Sunday, again, San Jose and Anaheim at home, back-to-back. So Monty is going to be playing a little bit more, at least the beginning of March, compared to, my God, we're already in February, compared to the end of January, right? So then after that, you say Wednesday could be a statement. I really think after those stretch of back-to-back games in March, come mid-March, you're facing the Bruins, you're facing the Red Wings, the Islanders. It's all Eastern Conference teams except for the Nashville Predators. Another back-to-back game on the road to end March, Nashville and then Carolina on a Saturday, Sunday, and then Tampa Bay. So Monty's going to get his fair share. He's going to get his chance in the month of March. But at some point, that Marty's got to make a decision. Listen, guys, you never know what could happen. Maybe in March, it's Monty that's the hot goalie. And if he is, well, we can't retract and be like, well, no, give it to Dobes. We can't contradict ourselves. If we're saying play the hot goalie, hey, listen, if at some point in time Monty is the hot goalie, you got to give the starts to him, right? So it's the thing is with these two goalies, it's unfortunately because nobody is a legit number one. Let's be honest here. Nobody is a legit number one goaltender on the Montreal Canadiens right now. Dobes is earning more starts, absolutely, but he's not our legit number one maybe yet. We'll see. This is why we're having that debate. It's not like a Connor Hellebuck or a Bobrovsky or a Vasilevsky or you name it. We don't have that luxury anymore. We don't have a Carey Price. So,
but look, last game Monty played was the 24th of January.
That's why.
And now
you keep pushing him away. You keep pushing.
But that's the thing. That's why I'm saying a statement, because come February 26th, if he plays that game or he plays the game after, that's a full month of no ice time.
Okay, let me ask you this though: could it do it some good? I'll repeat that? Sorry. Could it do him some good? Taking a break from the game.
You know what I would have done?
What would you have done?
Yeah. And I know it's wrong to say this.
Oh boy.
Because you want to give Fowler 2 weeks of. You don't want to give 2 weeks off to Fowler. But the smart thing we should have done is call up Fowler. send Monty down for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, he has to clear waivers.
Oh shit!
You'd
I
have to
can't think of that.
he'd,
Fuck.
he'd have to clear waivers. You can't. He completed that whole conditioning
I
stint.
didn't know about that.
He completed it. You send Montembeault down. As much as he's not having that great of a season, somebody's gonna claim him for free. You
100%.
don't want to you don't want
No,
to
you
do
don't
that.
want to do
So
that.
no,
I,
at
I
one
I didn't
point,
think of that. I
at
didn't
one
think of
point
that.
the debate was, should we send Jakub Dobes down? Maybe give him some starts in Laval, maybe get his confidence back. Well, clearly he completely changed the narrative now. He's playing so well, he got his confidence back. And I'm going to
Yeah, because
repeat
two
this,
weeks.
folks.
If we were to give Monty 2 weeks in Laval, if the whole waiver
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
didn't exist, that would have been a smart move. You give 2 weeks
of course,
of
but
ice time to Monty
it's
to build the
he's got
confidence.
it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got to clear, and I still believe there's going to be at least one team out there that's going to want to take him. Why not?
I don't think it's the
It,
end for Monty. I still think I don't think it was
he's
fluke
I,
the last 2 seasons. You know what I mean? I think he's just
he
confidence killer,
yeah
and he
he
just
needed.
lost it.
I think he needs to be a backup to a very very good goaltender. Like, you know what I mean? Like, can you imagine if he was a backup to like Jake Ottinger in Dallas? Like, my goodness, that's solid in my eyes. To me, I still think Sam Montembeault, he probably learned a couple of things from Jake Allen, who at one point was considered probably one of the best backups in the league. I'm not saying Sam Montembeault could be one of the best backups in the league, but he could still be a solid one. He can't have,
But I don't see him
even
as a
though
back.
even though his career best, even though his career best was playing something like over 50 something games, I don't see him being able to. Yeah, he did last year lead this team, help lead this team to the playoffs. I what I'm saying sounds very contradictory. I'm just saying, for the sake of progression of this team and doing this rebuild and going through this rebuild, I don't know if he's that guy long term.
No, no.
He was a waiver claim. He came in at the worst time ever, not the worst time ever for this franchise. There's been worse, the Patrick Waugh trade, but he came in at a time where it's like, it's okay if we lose. We're not there anymore. We got to win. Chris said this best. We need to win to make playoffs, because making playoffs helps this team grow, progress, develop into the Stanley Cup contending team that they want to build.
Again, this is based on what we've seen in Monty last season, the season before. I think it's 3 seasons minus this season. Okay, it was 3 seasons in a row that we were saying, "Fuck, we wanted to trade him for a bag of pucks," and then he became our number one goalie for 3 years.
The first season he joined the Canadiens, oh my god, it was.
Then he
not
dropped
good.
a little bit, and then he came back and he felt in his confidence. He won the gold medal, and then he went to the
that's true.
Nations. We saw the number one goalie in him for the last 3 seasons. I think he's the type of player that when he has, I could be wrong, but this is what I'm feeling.
Mhm.
I think he's the type of player that when he feels threatened with a backup goalie that is better than him or could be better than him or could replace him, he doesn't have that drive to be better. Does that make sense? Because
Dude, maybe
you said it
could
before,
be.
the last 3 seasons, we didn't care about winning. So he came into a team where there was no pressure. We're
There wasn't.
rebuilding. Let's have fun.
1,000%.
Let's
1,000%.
and he was hot. Last year he brought us to the playoffs, like you said. Again, with the start of the season, with no pressure, because no one expected the Patriots, the Habs to make playoffs last year. Okay, no one expected that. So Monty plays better with no pressure and no threat. And you notice that the last 3 seasons. Come this season, an important season after a run that we had last year, now the city has a vibe. The team has a vibe. We want to make playoffs this year. This is the year you have no choice but to make playoffs. You can't go back down anymore. This is the ladder is going up now. There's no more drop. Pressure. You have Dobes, who's playing fantastic. Threat. You bring up Fowler for a little bit. He's playing
He's another
fantastic.
he's
Another
another threat.
threat. Guess what? That Monty does not play well under pressure and does not play well as a threat. He needs, I believe, he is a fantastic goalie if he goes to a team that he becomes number one with a shit backup and has no pressure. And that's where you see the Monty we saw for 3 seasons in a row that can bring a team to the playoffs and could bring a team to win at least 1 or 2 rounds. I
Or
think he
or
has the
or
talent for it,
or
but
to
he
follow your
needs,
point, you put him to a team that there's no pressure on him to win games for the team. Hence being a backup to a really good goaltender.
yeah.
I really think and like I for some reason like I'm thinking like the Dallas Stars or something just because Jake Ottinger, they're a good team, but you know what I mean you could think yeah, Tampa Bay with Vasilevsky, or heck, he had a chance with Bobrovsky in Florida, it didn't work out. But anyways, all that to say is they're gonna have to make a decision with him at some point. It's going to come down to that. He's got 1 year left on his contract. Trading goalies isn't as easy as it seems. Kent Hughes has done stuff that even us were all like, wow. Kent Hughes has amazed us year after
I know,
year
but
with some
right
trades.
now you don't. You Monty lost a lot of value. He
Yeah,
was
he
sent
he
down
I,
this
he
season.
he did. He did lose value. I'm not expecting Monty to go anywhere this year anyways. I'm not expecting him to get traded. It's either two things. I'm expecting either he plays well or Jakub Dobes plays well. It's
Yes,
one
but
or the other. And
if the team lost confidence in him, which clearly they did, after, this is again Wednesday is a statement.
I mean, I don't
Wednesday,
know if it's him. I don't know if it's him that I don't know if it's the team that lost confidence in him. It's just right now, Marty's one of Marty's philosophy is he's not going to change a winning lineup.
when was the
He's not
last time? No,
he's
but hold on.
he's barely. And I'll prove my point. I'll prove my
No, no,
point,
I
Anthony.
believe
I'll
you.
let
No,
you
no, I
speak.
believe you. You're right.
Because
But when's the last time we
yeah.
saw that? Marty was never the guy to keep playing for a winning team.
Okay. The last time we started seeing that, really, aside from this stretch, the last time we saw that was towards the end of last season. When do you remember so many times we're all screaming, "Put Arbor Jackeye in, put Arbor Jackeye in, put Arbor Jackeye in," but it was just Jaden Struble that was playing. And Marty said it. He's like, I wanted to put Jack Eye. It's like, but I'm winning with the lineup I have now. Why should I can't. I can't change it. We're winning. Everything's working out well. That's the last time I remember really he stayed consistent with his lineup that was winning. And right now, the end of January, he's literally doing that again. And
But
you know what I mean? So, but I think, but look at the difference. The difference is he's doing it at the end of January versus the last 2 weeks of, or the last 2 weeks of the season, which is like in April. So again, these are all signs of progression. Like we talk about players and their progression and their level of development and all that, we forget we still have a young coach,
I like
and he's learning this too.
Nahe TV. Sorry if I'm saying your name
Yeah,
wrong. You've been very communicative on this episode, so thank you so much for your love and support. I like that what you wrote last, and that's a true statement. The play was different. They play way different when Monty is in net, from what I see. I've been noticing that too. Our defense
a shout
is
out to Angie
horrible.
Mancini too. She's been active,
Yes,
and
sorry.
Roberto also. So yeah,
Yes,
all you
Angie, I've
guys,
been
everybody,
seeing a lot
everybody.
lately. Angie, thank you also. When I was on on X, when I was watching you guys live after the game, kept seeing Angie's
Yeah.
name. So again, thank you, Angie. And Roberto, of course, my neighbor. Um, yeah. Congratulations, by the way. He got a baby girl, right? Is it
Yes,
girl? Yes,
yes,
baby girl.
yes,
Congratulations.
yes,
Um,
absolutely.
so yeah, again, once again, thanks for our listeners and viewers right now tuning in. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, the team does not play well in front of Monty. Now, do you blame again? Like, okay, let me start over. When Monty plays,
Hmm.
can we fully like? Yes, a lot of stupid goals go in with him in nets, and he's not fully there. But can we fully blame him when the team does not play well in front of him either. Because I see it both ways. But at the same
Yeah, I do
time,
too.
but at the same time, Dobes, when we're having a bad game, he keeps us in, like Carey Price
Well,
always
that's
did, right?
that's the
So
thing. That's the thing. It's it, it's not that you want to blame Monty. Like I don't like only us, the Curfew Boys. It's not that we're blaming. We lost because of him and all that, but sometimes like key saves, man, key saves. One or two key saves is all we're asking. Is all the fan base is asking, and unfortunately, he just hasn't been doing that as of late. Look at Monty. Look at the saves he did against Colorado. The saves he did against Buffalo, Vegas too. Where like that's like it's like okay, a statement game of being like, guys, I'm back. I got a new goalie coach, or I got my old goalie coach from Laval back. Which, by the way, I don't think it's a coincidence. Like I'm sorry, more and more Marco Marciano is proving my point when I say, look how calm Jakub Dobes is with this guy as his coach compared to the rest of the season. Marco Marciano taught Jakub Dobes all these good habits that he learned with the Laval Rocket. Now that he's with the Canadiens, he's bringing that great habits back again. I don't think it's a coincidence. I really, really don't. But again, key saves. Like tonight's game against the Wild. Yeah, do you want him to see him make that save against Kaprasov in overtime? Of course, who wouldn't? But that save that he did against X and Ek, that save that he did against against Matt Boldy alone in the slot, he made that save. Yeah, Brock Faber came in with speed. It's gonna happen. Do you want him to see make that save too? Of course. Again, who wouldn't? But he made so many other key saves too, where it's like, if it weren't for those saves, it could have been a 4-2, maybe even a 5-3 game for the Minnesota Wild. So it's those saves that you want to see Monty make. I think that's the difference right now. And maybe the players know when Monty's on the ice, okay, shit, well, we got to play a little bit more tight because we need to help him out. Maybe, you know what I mean? Whereas I don't know. I believe
funny.
that sometimes players play differently in front of different goalies? Yeah, maybe. I think so.
Why
I
is it
think
that
so.
we always have a goalie debate since 2008? I think it's always the same. We're always
I
debating
think
goalies. Like
because Montreal, man, we have again, we have a long lasting history of goaltenders that just delivered legendary performances, became legendary goaltenders. It's part of the Montreal Canadiens DNA. It's not just about scoring and it's not just about defending. It's about stopping the pucks. With your Jacques Plants, your Ken Drydens, your Patrick Roy, and your yes, your Carey Price too. I'm going to put him in that name, even if he never won a Stanley Cup. The most winning goaltender in Montreal Canadiens history, over 100 years. This franchise, he's the one that has the most
and
wins.
it's not
That's
it's
got
not
that's got to
over.
mean something.
It's not
That
over.
means something. You know what I
And you
mean?
know
Like
what? We're
it's
gonna have
just
and it's crazy.
yeah,
We're gonna have this debate again. Mark my words. In two,
with
three
Jacob
seasons,
Fowler.
when it's gonna be
Oh,
Fowler versus Dobes. Eh, When can we just
maybe,
have?
maybe,
When can we just have
maybe.
one number one goalie and a shit backup, a decent
I
backup?
just I listen. I'm still at the belief this Montreal Canadiens management drafted Jacob Fowler for him to be the number one. That's what's it's going to be. I like Rob's comment. Listen, Jose Theodore for a short period of time, absolutely, he was amazing. Won the Hart, won the Vezina, absolutely. In that 2002 season, yeah, you know what I mean. It's just it's part of the Montreal Canadiens DNA. It's part of the history. It's just it's we used to breed great goaltenders,
Yeah.
and we were gifted with Carey Price for so long that now we're trying to find something that has or someone that has, I don't know, 25% of that skill of saving shots and blocking pucks. You know what I mean? Like it's always Montreal is always going to be that, just because of the history of goaltendings that we've had that have become Hall of Famers, that have become legends. So that's why it's never going to end in Montreal. That's what it is. That's what it is when it comes to watching this team and wearing that crest, man.
All right. I mean, look, yeah. Back to the question: who plays on Wednesday? You know, it's time will tell. I guess it's
We'll
just
find
it's
out. We're
unfortunate
gonna
that we're
find out
having
on
this.
Wednesday.
Uh, Looking at the scores now, I mean, everybody that we wanted to lose tonight won. So thank God for that point, because that would have dropped us a little bit. Detroit is winning.
Yeah.
Buffalo won tonight. Ottawa won tonight. The 2 points is going to be very key before the break. So, yes, you put Dobes in if you continue the hot streak.
Yeah, no matter what, though, we're still keeping that third spot in the Atlantic. Like even if Detroit gets the win tonight, which, I mean, you never know what could happen. It is Colorado, but it will be 70 points, and again, that extra point gives us just 1 point ahead of Buffalo Sabres. They're at 69 points, and then we'll see tomorrow.
Before we end this episode, which is coming to an end now, just talk about around the league quickly. Just a quick topic about different teams. I had this debate with someone yesterday or the day before. It's crazy to see that Pittsburgh is still fighting when we thought that they were tanking this season.
Yeah.
They're right behind us. They're at 67 points. They're right behind us, and I didn't expect that, especially when the whole rumor at the beginning of the season, where Pittsburgh,
Crosby,
Pittsburgh is tanking. Crosby's gonna go to a playoff team. Blah blah blah. Look, now he's fighting for playoffs, and almost there. And also, how is Tampa Bay still doing this? How many times in the last 3 seasons, 3 or 4 seasons now, I believe, Sam?
Yeah.
Episode number 1. Everybody, go listen to episode number 1 on every season of the Curfew Boys since they won those 2 cups. We keep saying, okay, this is the year that they're going to drop. This is the year they're going to slow down. This is the year they're going to drop. We're now year 4 or 5, and they're still on the top of the East. Like, it's crazy to see.
John, I still think John Cooper instills great team culture, and they let's face it, they're still a talented team. Julien Brisebois knows how to put that team together. I think they're listen, dare I say this, they're just a much older, much wiser version of the Montreal Canadiens right now. They really are. I truly believe that. It's Tampa Bay's been through so much. Tampa Bay's been through so much before they won their cup, and whatever, they won the cup during the pandemic. They won back-to-back cups during the pandemic. Sure, whatever, but at some point, say what you want, the history books are going to say Tampa Bay Lightning were back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. You know what I mean? I just think it's listen, John Cooper, you give him credit, man. Like, he learns year after year. They got a talented team. It's just a matter of staying healthy. If they could stay healthy, maybe they could go on another cup run. But no, they're a talented team, man. They got great leaders there. They really do.
It's a room full of experience.
There's that, but it's great culture. It's great team culture with Julien Brisebois down to John Cooper to everybody. The Canadiens, they're slowly, hopefully, following their footsteps. I truly believe that. I like this comment from Angie. Suzuki will learn from Cooper and Milano 1,000%. Oh my God, just think of it when the Canadiens lost in the Cup Finals. What did John Cooper say to Nick Suzuki? You got a hell of a future, kid. You got a hell of a fucking future. Excuse my language. Put in the work. Don't lose that work ethic, man, because you got a hell of a future. And my God, come full circle. I think I hope John Cooper puts him in the lineup more often than not, Suzuki. Even if it's a third line center role, fourth line role, winger, Suzuki won't give a shit. He's gonna give it his all, man. I'm telling you. I can't wait for the Bell Center crowd to give Suzuki a standing ovation with a gold medal around his neck. I can't wait for that, man.
You're a beautiful sight.
Yeah.
All right, wrap it up, Sam.
Yeah, I'm good to go. It's getting late.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for tuning in on this live post game episode. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you hear, you can listen to us on any podcast platform such as Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and any podcast platform you guys enjoy listening to. If you want to see our beautiful faces, you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It is free. We are also live on X. You can watch us there. And if you want more content from us, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, X. I'll say Facebook, just to say Facebook.
Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, also known as
X.
As X, exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. Those are the three big ones that you can follow us.
Once again, I would like to thank our sponsors, Délaissez Lafrenière, Habs Cave, Mike's Barbecue Rubs, amazing people. Guys, all the information is posted on our page. Give them a follow. Buy their products. Amazing, especially in the month of March. Zeppelis. We're going to have one episode with us eating Zeppelis. I guarantee it's going to happen.
We're for sure going to do that.
Oh, it's going to happen.
The San Giuseppe holiday for all the Italian audience members. Speaking of our audience members, a big thank you for the interaction tonight.
Yes.
It was lots of fun despite an overtime loss. It's always fun communicating with you guys. I keep saying this, Ant, the drive to 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So to you guys, we can't do this without you guys.
Of course.
Share this with your friends, your fellow Habs fans, friends near and far. Help us reach our goal. We truly appreciate you all. You'd be helping us out big time if you just help us. We're almost there. Another push before playoff season. Hopefully, we really want to make this something pretty big and reach this big milestone for the Curfew Boys.
And for sure, we're going to have another episode before the Olympic break to close up.
I'm actually excited for the Olympics. I really am.
I'm very excited for the Olympics. I'm really, really pumped for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for tuning in on tonight's episode. We will be back next game against the Jets Wednesday night. Until then, Sam.
Bye now. Go Patriots. Go Patriots.
We're going to have one more episode before that. But yeah, in case, go Pats.
Good night.